So to finish with our introductory remarks now, I give the floor to Michael Hailu, who is the director of CTA. You know that CTA headquarters are based in the Netherlands, in Wageningen, so thank you very much again for coming. Michael Hailu is the director of CTA since 2010. Previously, in the different jobs, he was at the CG, ILRI, C4, and in a few other areas. And food safety is one of the topics that you like very much because it's cross-cutting in many of our work at CTA. So please, Michael.
Thank you, Isolina. Good morning, everyone. Well, when you're the last speaker, there aren't that many points that haven't been made already, so I'll be very brief. Well, I think food safety is really critical in terms of food security, as you know. There are 4 pillars when you talk about food security, accessibility, availability, utilization, and stability. And the key aspect of utilization is, safety and health and quality of food. So in terms of, overall food security, I think somebody said earlier that there is no food security without food safety. I think it was Listra. It is absolutely critical. And as you know, the State of Food Security and Nutrition report, which just came out a few weeks ago, says that the gains that we have achieved since 2014 are now reversing for a number of reasons, in particular due to conflicts and climate change. So unfortunately, we have more hungry people now than we had a few years ago, at 821 million people, up from 777 million in 2015. And also in terms of nutrition, we have also rising number of stunted children, and also on the other side of obesity also, and overweight, increasing number of people suffering from this condition. So basically the whole food security situation is not improving, and we really have to keep working hard on it, and food safety is very central to achieving this target, and it's very clearly stated in the SDG, as well as when you look at the African context within the Malabo Declaration. Many of the parameters will be affected by the whole issue of food safety, in terms of eliminating hunger, improving incomes for farmers, and also tripling intra-regional trade. This issue came up. It will all have quite strong implications. The food safety issue will have key implications. So one of the areas that CTA has been working on or trying to support, especially the African Union Commission, is to try and include food safety within the biennial review in the Malabo process. As you know, the first inaugural biennial review came out early this year to show how the various countries are making progress in the different targets that were set in Malabo, and there is no specific target tracking food safety. So this is one area we have been working, discussing with the African Union Commission to see how they can develop that, and not only developing the index, but also building capacity, developing an electronic platform so that countries can, report and track what's happening. So it's a whole complex process that needs to be developed. So this is one area where we have been closely working with the African Union Commission. Hopefully, we can collaborate also within the Global Food Safety Partnership, because the key aspect of your work is very much on capacity building. Of course, we have a number of value chain projects that we support, and they have a strong element of food safety in there. For example, in the cassava value chain in Central Africa, or rice value chain in West Africa, and dairy and so on in Eastern Africa, we have a number of elements supporting food safety. So those are some of the areas where CTA is supporting. And of course, the whole area of ICTs, I think Leonard talked about blockchain, how that could be effectively used in, tracking across the value chain, safety issues. And we have recently launched a call for proposals for a blockchain application. Most of the work that we do is really to try and support young innovators in Africa to develop specific digital solutions, to address challenges in the value chain. So that's one area we are working on. We are trying to encourage African innovators to come up with some of these solutions. So we'll keep you posted. Of course, as Isolina mentioned, we have a publication that shows the various applications that are already in progress in the area of blockchain. But we have a number of other ICT-related programs that we're supporting in this area. Also, Isolina mentioned this, the trade report we just published with IFPRI. It's the first one, African Agricultural Trade Monitor. It's the first of its kind. Hopefully, we are going to continue producing it on an annual basis. So it shows current and future trends in terms of regional, intra-African, as well as global trade. And very clearly, it shows the huge impact that SPS requirements have in terms of trade. So it says it's probably one, it says it's the most important measure that restricts trade in Africa, and the figure is that a 10% increase in the number of products affected by SPS measures reduced trade by about 3%. So that's a finding from that report. I highly recommend it to you if you are interested in trade issues. This is the first of its kind, that puts together current data and analysis and projection for the future. So you can access it online, and if people are interested also, we can make some copies available. So thank you very much. I hope, I'm glad now we have more or less a full room. So I look forward to the presentations and also discussions and networking. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. We have to catch up a bit time, but you would agree with me that the introductory remarks were also very interesting to know, what is happening, what is in the pipeline, and what at the policy level are the areas to support within this very large food safety area.